Good evening, my name is Modi Operandus, and welcome to Halcyon 6. This is a brand new game in beta currently, available from Massive Damage Inc. If you supported the Kickstarter, you have access to this already at the beta or alpha levels here, but it is coming available to early access on Steam starting on April 21st. So this is the beta version. There's not feature complete yet. There's some bugs and that kind of thing, and some updates they'll make to the UI, and all kinds of various things they're adding. They most recently even added away missions and that kind of thing, so they've been really getting after it with the updates here, and I really appreciate it. They're pushing towards early access later this month, but they did give the go-ahead finally to play this for streams and YouTube, so I'm going to take advantage of that right now and jump in to Halcyon 6. Let's go. So if you're not familiar with this game, it's kind of an RPG space exploration game. There's just not anything quite like it. It kind of combines a lot of different genres into something that's pretty cool. Let's start with a brand new game here, and we'll go through the tutorial a little bit here just to show you what the story is, the backstory, and get through a little bit of that. Let's start with the opening scroll, and we'll show off a little bit of the combat at the beginning here, and show you into the actual game a little bit here. So let's start from the beginning. Opening scroll, you get a little taste of what this is like. For half a millennium, the spacefaring race of the galaxy fought and conspired against one another for supremacy. But it was the Terran Federation, through the ingenuity and bravery of its officer class, that ultimately prevailed. Through the discovery and utilization of ancient artifacts left over from long-dead precursor alien race, they put an end to the disastrous series of wars between factions. Now, I'm going to stop reading this, and you can read it for yourself if you want to, but the text is going fast, and so it's kind of tough for me to keep up clearly here. But basically, the idea here is that you have this Halcyon 6 base, which is this precursor artifact that the Terran Federation's taken over, and they're trying to unlock all the mysteries. They don't understand it fully, so they're trying to research it and experiment with it to figure out how the whole thing works. But it's kind of the most sought-after item in the galaxy currently. So there's going to be a lot of people out there who would love to take it from the Terran Federation, and are going to look for any weakness they can possibly exploit. So this Admiral Brem Chandra is the person in charge of Halcyon 6, and that they're left in charge of the space station working on their experiment, basically, is what's explaining here. And the experiment is to figure out what the station is all about. So they are sent on a distress signal to a nearby thing for a meeting, and Admiral McLaren says, "Admiral, we've arrived at the rendezvous point. There's no sign of welcoming force. No hypercast signals detected either. You think we're early?" "Broaden your signal, Captain. The 4th and 8th fleets are expected to join us as well. Those Titan-class ships should be hard to miss." "Admiral, I'm picking up something. Definitely not Federation origin. Some kind of... whatever it is, it's getting stronger, sir. I've never seen anything like this before. Some kind of portal." "Admiral, I'm suddenly getting multiple ship readings heading for our position. They must be coming out of that thing. Unknown hostiles. I repeat, unknown hostiles. We might have to get a little creative here." All right, so we have this group of aliens ready to take us on. The spiked alien from the Cruul, the ocular vessel, and the chitinous monster. All right, so this is going to take us through the tutorial of how the combat works here, but basically it's a lot like RPG in that you select your attack and choose the item you want to go on. It's classic RPG like that. And the idea here is it's going to be a system of status effects and that kind of thing that are going to, kind of combo together. So we're going to first start out with attacking the spiked alien here with a Sizer beam, which will inflict some damage, most importantly. And then we're going to try the strafing gun, which is also going to inflict some... oh no, we're going to try the backstab maneuver. That's right. The backstab maneuver is our move that's going to inflict ship disable. And that will stop the ship from attacking us the next turn here. And we're going to try it on the ocular vessel, the big badass right in the middle. It's a cool move. Jump to warp and pop up behind them. They'll never see it coming. And so now they have the disable effect, so they cannot do anything to stop us going forward here. So then what you'd want to do, normally if you have a move that exploits disabled, you'd want to play that here. But, so like for instance, this one inflicts ship disabled, but it'll tell you if it exploits certain things, like exploits crew panic or exploits engines down. Here we're just going to go with exploits backfire invulnerable. Neither is on this one, but we'll give it a shot anyway. So it does 242 damage, 294, inflicts deconstruct. And it's going to go on all of them. Now they've resisted it. So sometimes units can resist the attacks, higher resistance stats to yada yada, okay. So they all have ship, oh, they have resisted. The aliens have resisted the hull breach effect. Their armor is actually improved. Oh my, okay. The middle ship seems to be powering up a large attack. Protect your allies from a group protection power. So we can't really, I don't know how we know that, but it's telling us that. So we're gonna try this protective field and defend ourselves against any massive attack he's gonna do. So now we have acid vomit, which is takes damage from all sources. We have a 25% resistance, so we're gonna try to resist some of that damage. And next we're gonna try the bridge shot, which exploits ships disable. So this is the move that would have been good on this ship here to try. So this one has ship disable, so that's what we're using the status effects against stacks abilities. Combos occur when a power does bonus damage against a ship affected by a specific status effect. So that's exactly it. We did 1,500 damage to this guy. Put him down almost at half, it looks like. Next we're trying acid bomb. It inflicts acid bomb trait. And I'm guessing it's gonna be damage over time. So they're gonna take melting acid damage over 2 rounds. And they're exploiting some more vulnerabilities right now on our main ship here. So what we're gonna do is cauterize the hull for our ally here and heal them up a little bit, help them out. And next we're gonna try the bridge shot once more because this is still disabled. So let's try it on, Oh, this is the strafing run. We were looking at the wrong one there. Okay, yeah, this is the strafing run. Attacks all of them at once. Next, we're going to try the repair drone, which is this one. Inflicts to ship disable, but it repairs your hull a little bit. So this ship's going to be disabled now. But we need that hull back because it's nearly dead. All right, so the disable was resisted there too. So there was only a % chance that we would get disabled. And now we get a little bit of hull back there. So next we'll use the Doom Cannon. Use the Ninja's Doom Cannon. And on a single enemy, let's check him out on this. This is gonna do a ton of damage to that. Oh, he is not done yet though. Holy cow. All right, so combat sometimes results in a sacrifice, but sometimes it's worth it, is basically what I was saying here. And now we're gonna use the Warlock Stasis Lock. So this is going to inflict ship disable and engines down on the main vessel here. All right, we got it on lockdown now. Next, we will use the Paladin's improved RAM. This is the Paladin here. And we will do, it's going to inflict a hull breach on ourselves, but it's going to actually knock their weapons out, I think, is the deal here. So hopefully this will take care of them. Got him. Vulnerability exploited for 8,000 damage. And it actually took out his buddy there too. Admiral, we're picking up more of these portals on the sensors. And they're everywhere. We might have a problem here, guys. We're being surrounded! Admiral, we need to jump now. Back to Halcyon 6. I've got... Uh-oh. Oh god. What is that? That thing! Jump now, for God's sake, jump! And that was the last we heard of them. Commander, we seem to have lost our hypercast with Admiral Bremtrada. Halcyon 6, Starbase Commander. So, the commanding officer is gone from Halcyon 6, and we are left to pick up the pieces. With the 12th fleet destroyed and little information as to whether the Federation still even stands, you and your crew are stranded in hostile alien territory, cut off from resupply, and in desperate need of more crew. You have little choice but to continue working on Admiral Brentrada's experiment to unlock the power of the station. Meanwhile, enemies will soon catch wind of the Federation's weakness and use it as an opportunity to strike and claim the station for themselves. Alright, now we need to choose our first officer. So, selecting an officer. So these officers are basically going to be who is in command of each of our vessels. And we are going to choose... Let's see. Science, tactical, and engineering are the 3 main types. Tactical is kind of your combat guys. Engineering is more of your... I guess maybe your rogues, your damage over time kind of guys. And these are more of your wizards, I would say. Kind of a lot more status effects, some high damage stuff. These guys are mostly, just high damage, I would think. But we're gonna go with the engineering. Let's try it. Isolde Freehold. Considered a technological prodigy at a young age, Isolde Freehold, at age of 5, was the youngest student ever admitted to the Academy of Engineers. At age 16, she purposely disfigured herself, transplanting some home-cooked cyborg appendages to key parts of her anatomy. leading to several psych evaluations which she, with the help of her newfound processing power, passed with flying colors. So yeah, we have this cyborg person as our first officer. I love it. Let's do it. Everyone has very interesting backstories and that kind of thing. In the tutorial here, everyone's kind of the same though, so you don't get any randomness, but later on, you'll definitely get some of that. Engineering officers are the toughest and most mechanically minded officers in the Federation. Their power repertoire of 10 often consists of damage over time attacks, hard-hitting attacks, and taunt attacks, while buffs often protect itself from harm. So maybe it's more of like maybe a paladin kind of thing, I don't know. With the space combat, engineering officers are able to command engineering ships, and have the toughest hull of the 3 classes. So they're kind of a tank, actually. Tactical science or engineering. Let's confirm the choice, though. I like it. Sorry to wake your commander, but it looks like we have a situation. Our sensors picked up a fleet coming our direction. The signals, yada, you can't read it all. In this case, the hostiles experiments. In case of hostiles, the experiments must be continued. Yada yada. Fine. I can't read it all with all of my own foibles here. It goes pretty quickly, unfortunately. Anyways, Commander, the incoming fleet we detected has just entered our space. It's a single pirate ship, likely hostile. Patching them through now. Don't patch him through. I don't want to talk to him. We got Razgub, Toy Slicer, more Comric. Federation Starbase. Our scouts detected the departure of your fleet over a week ago. You're now at the mercy of Admiral Zebrex and the Zealots clan. Hand over your Starbase and we'll allow you to return to Federation space. Comply or we'll commence orbital bombardment. You know what? We can either surrender the base or reject their surrender. I think we want to reject the surrender, just a hint there. So this is basically our decision engine right here. Is this basically make choices about the future of our actions. We're rejecting their offer of surrender. I forgot you Federales love your precursor toys. Prepare for bombardment, Federation scum. Commander, in light of this development, we should begin initializing the experimental starship creation process now. So we're gonna make ourselves our own Starbase. We can make a Knight-class engineering vessel, currently the only starship the Starbase can build. Lucky for us, we can build it quickly. So we need to build it. It takes time to do. It takes 2 days. And in the meantime, our enemies might move against us. So let's get back to the Starbase here. We'll skip forward in time. Hopefully this guy does not start his bombardment just yet. But we'll find out. So, Commander, we're ready to launch. Commander, the experiment was a success. All scans suggest this newly constructed ship to be combat ready. She just requires an officer to commander. All right, we're gonna go with Assault Freehold, of course, our only option here. And we're going to dispatch the ship via this screen here. The enemy fleet is approaching the Starbase approach. It's this one right here, this portal here. Starbase approach. Approach the Starbase. Any enemy fleet wishing to bombard Halcyon 6 will have to take this exact position. So we'll sit there and wait for them. You currently have no fleets, so create one. And we're gonna choose our only ship and add it to the group. So this is kind of your parties, your adventuring parties. You can choose whatever ships you have and send them out on missions together. Launching the fleet now. The pirate swoops into attack position, and we're gonna counter it right now. All right, so we have a couple attacks available to us. We have Flak Barrage. Single enemy exploits engines down. Does about 100% damage and at 53 to 94 damage. We have this more hull breach attack, which is hull breach is going to do damage over time. We can't see exactly how much here, but it does damage over time. And then Shock Mine is going to try to disable the ship, 70% chance of it. And then if it fails, then we would get nothing, it looks like. But base hit is 100%, so it's definitely going to hit, but it might not actually do anything. 21 to 31, 8 damage. Let's try, first of all, let's try the hull breach right now. It's a little bit of damage, and I get a hull breach going. Maybe send them into a little bit of panic, who knows. All right, so they have the hull breach. Ah, come on. All right, so he didn't do much to us, actually. We still took 20 damage only, so he's kind of a weakling. Let's try the Shock Mine and see how successful this is gonna be. Ship disabled, that is huge for us. Now, do we have anything that exploits ship disabled? No, just crew panic and engines down. But once we other allies, we might be able to exploit that actually and take it to our massive advantage here. But actually, this guy's gonna be dead in a turn or so anyways. Flak Barrage will get the job done, hopefully. There we go. And he is no more. Victory, battle won, 25 materials and 24 dark matter. Looks like our new ship held up pretty well, though I doubt that's the worst we'll face. Commander, we have a long-range hypercast coming in, putting it through now. From time to time, leaders of various factions may contact you. I don't believe we've met. Feel free to refer me as the Admirax, a title that denotes my supreme command over the pirate clans in this sector. Now, Commander, or maybe I should say, acting Commander. My spies tell me that I should congratulate you on your new post. They've also informed me that your fleet has fled the sector, leaving you on your own. So I'm also giving you the courtesy of informing you that you'll be visiting you very soon. This is my territory, and your ship belongs to me. And unlucky for you, I've united all the pirate clans to help me take it. I highly suggest you turn tail and return to Federation space. If you are of another mind, stay where you are and prepare for your deaths. Alright. Time for death, the Federation pig, slob choker, Grunwald. I will avenge the death of Toast Slicer and deliver the station to the Admirax. Sorry, what? I can't hear you. These massive death cannons I'm warming up are really loud. I like the coy response here. Oh man, they got 2 attacks on us right away here. They're the small little vessels, quick ones. All right, let's go hull breach on one of these guys. Let's try hull breach. There we go. That'll do some damage over time, over 3 rounds. And then maybe we'll try to disable one of these guys and we can focus on the other one. So let's try disabling him. Nice, ship disabled. Now we should get less attack overall here. Oh, he's got 2 attacks on us, jeez. All right. We got 1 more turn on this, looks like. Let's do a flak barrage and see if we can take him out with that one. This one's disabled, so we won't even worry about that one right now. Oh, he's back again. All right, the hull damage was enough to do him in. Now we got this cat down here. Let's go with the hull damage on him too. Hull breach. Okay, so we have we can see more information about him. He has Prince Spray. He is vulnerable to propulsion and resists defensive systems. Okay, so he's not a very well-designed ship, apparently. Hull is breached. Now he's got to withstand a couple attacks and he should be done momentarily. He's got a quick attack though, really. Let's try a flak barrage on him. It worked on the last guy. And that'll do it. Fantastic, good battle everybody. Well done. 29 materials and 16 dark matter. Looks like we'll have no shortage of charred metal for the time being. You can always return your fleet to the Starbase by clicking the fleet return button. Return home. All right, cool. Commander, the crew is eager to regain our full sensor capabilities. To do that, we have to have an extra source of energy. Good news is that the tech research team has figured out a way to harness the station's core reactor with the smaller standard issue dilithium reactor. Ditrithium reactor, not dilithium, oh god. Don't get this confused with Star Trek. Okay. Diorhithium reactor, there we go. Tech research how to build dilithium reactor. Generates 20 power for us. Research it. And this is a massive tech tree, looks like. Oh my gosh, look at this stuff. I can't wait to get deep into this game. I don't know what's all gonna be available here in the beta right now, but it's gonna be cool. All right, back to the Starbase. And look at the ruined room below us. Okay, so ruined section of the Halcyon 6 must be cleared before anything can be built here. Required 3 days. All right. So we'll let him, let our her go deal with this and start clearing it for 3 days here. So let's skip forward in time. Wait 3 days. And we should have a cleared room. Next, we need to build the room, which takes another 4 days. So a lot of time, actually. All right, so return to the star map and then skip forward. And in the meantime, anything could happen. Like enemies could come and attack us while we're waiting on this thing to power up and that kind of thing. Luckily, because we're in the tutorial right now, they won't. The station is fully powered, Commander. Sensors are back online. We've compiled a navigational map of Federation systems and facilities. As loyal members of the Federation, yada yada, okay. So we're gonna need to go to, we can go to any of these places on the map here, basically. It costs fuel to get anywhere, and we'll get distress signals occasionally from like one right here. We'll go here and we'll list any distress signals, and we got this mission for the distressed refinery at Ghost Head. So, send your fleet to the nearby nebula. So we have a distressed refinery. The refinery Ghost Head Nebula is calling for help for a never before encountered alien vessel. So this must be the Cruul again. And not the pirates that we were dealing with before. And let's select a ship. We only got the one. Let's launch the fleet. All right, so Yep, it is the Cruul, the young aberrant. Let's give him a little bit of taste of the hull breach. See how he likes that. Hull breached. Gonna take some massive damage here, hopefully. He has chaos cannons, which do some damage, and then brood pods, which heal. Oh, okay. So we've got a little healing idea. All right, let's try to disable him if we can, and stop him from doing anything bad to us. Give him a little taste of that. Oh, he resisted it though. All right. Well, maybe we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. Hit him with the barrage. Ooh, brood pods. Oh, he healed himself. I see. We did read about that just now. Let's get with the hull breach. This should be enough with the damage over time as well. Hull breached, and it'll be enough to take him out. Yes. All right, well done. Battle 1. Good thing you turned up when you did, sir. Whatever that vessel was, it managed to chew up our only sentry ship for a few days. It did some nasty damage to a refinery also. My crew's pretty shaken up. Good news is we've got some fuel reserves before the attack. Just give the word and we'll transfer over to you. All right, so we get 15 fuel plus resource generated a day, 1 fuel. Cool. All right, cool. So we get 15 fuel boarded. We'll return that to our home. And we got 15 fuel. Awesome. So, Ghost Head is saved. We got 15 fuel, now we can travel wherever we need to. Commander, we've never encountered a biological alien vessel of that mass before. Its appearance in the Federation space is worrying, as is the dearth of signals coming from our core planets. So we are really cut off from other planets here. We're not getting any signals back. You should send our fleet to nearby colonies and facilities, but be on the lookout for more of those aliens. In the meantime, you should promote a new officer from the ranks. I've prepared a list of suitable candidates for me to choose from. So we have Sarah Ripley. Powers are, Sarah Ripley spent much of her pre-Federation life as a humble telemetry advisor on a second-rate refinery in Gorn Cluster. However, with the quick thinking, bravery, and a vat of spoiled, volatile nebulic fuel, she was able to sabotage the plans of the treacherous Captain Bringer of the TFS Barca and his plans to establish a new pirate clan in the Horsehead Nebula. I think that sounds like a good person to go with. We're not going to overthink it too much here. Let's just go with the tactical character. All right, so tactical officer reporting for duty. Federation survivors detected. Starbase Locris. Show location. Wow, they're way far away here. How long is that going to take us to get there? I think we go with it though. Asteroid field. Asteroid fields are a potential supply of materials that can either be mined with an asteroid facility or engineering starships. We don't have an engineering starship. We don't have enough fuel to get there. Where else we got? We got the return home. Starbase, okay. Promote a second officer, build a ship for your second officer, build an officer lounge, promote a third officer, and build a third officer ship. Okay, so we got our work cut out for us in that regard. Hunt down the pirate fleets, destroy the Admiral Zeb, and then we also have the Croesus requesting aid. All right, so I think the first thing we need to do, though, is start working on a new ship for our second officer. So we'll start doing that immediately, but that's going to be next episode. So thank you for watching this first episode of Halcyon 6. I'll be back very soon for another one. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you liked, if you did, what you thought of it in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.